Real quick before we get started, we have an exciting announcement from our friend Jesper Ising.
Hi, and welcome to my Kickstarter for the Tassa's Oracle Playmat. I play Tassa's Oracle, and with the ETB on the stack, I would like to cast Demonic Consultation. A couple of weeks ago, I was playing cEDH with Dylan and Cam on their channel, Play to Win. And we talked about the fact that it would be great to be able to play Tassa's Oracle on the Playmat with Tassa's Oracle on. Play the best card in cEDH on the best mat in cEDH. Join me on this Kickstarter. This playmat will be a pearl in your collection.
Now let's get into the game.
Welcome to Play to Win, where we play to win. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cam. This week we're trying to figure out who's the best Storm Commander, again, in cEDH.
This video is brought to you in part by Dragon Shield. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at the affiliate link down below for 5% off to help support the show.
And check us out on Patreon to support us directly and get awesome extra perks like access to the Chill to Win series at the $10 tier.
So we have Cam on FLUBS Turbo Fool, as requested by our patron, Your Boy Blue. Nate on ELSHA to Infinity and Beyond. Brandon is on KRARK and SAKASHIMA Storm, and I'm playing Storm. Best Storm.
Storm! Oh, shit.
Here we go. All right, I will draw for my turn. I will cast Rograk. I'll cast Paradise Mantle. I'll cast Jeweled Amulet. And then I'll play this Forest to equip Paradise Mantle onto Rograk.
Wow.
And then I will pass the turn.
I'll draw. I'm going to play Marsh Flats. I'm going to crack the Marsh Flats going to 39. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to get a Tundra.
Draw for turn. Play this island and pass.
Oh boy, okay. I will draw a card. Arid Mesa, crack, go to 39. Here is a Taiga. I will cast Utopia Sprawl on the Taiga. Name Green, pass turn.
Alrighty, here I go. I'll get to draw. I will play a Commercial District as my land for turn. Get a Surveil. And I'll keep that on top. And then I will just pass the turn.
End of your turn, I'm going to cast Enlightened Tutor. I'm going to get a Soul Ring. Soul Ring is going to be on top. That draw. Cast a Soul Ring into Arcane Signet. And then I'll pass.
Draw for turn. Lava Slide Pathway.
Whee!
And I'm going to cast KRARK the Thumbless. Good to go.
I will untap, upkeep, and draw a card. Training Center, pass.
Whoa.
Not doing anything on turn 2 does kind of suck, but although it looks suspicious, it is suspicious. I do have interaction. I'm just hoping that it's relevant this turn cycle.
All right, on your end step, I will put a blue mana into my Jeweled Amulet, and then go to my turn. Get a draw. Play Burning Catacombs. Crack it right now. Go to 39. Tropical Island. 4 mana for a Song of Creation.
I don't have anything for this.
Yeah, I'm also passing.
I pass.
You guys will be happy to know that I am also passing then. So at the beginning of my end step, I discard Invasion of Ikoria, Wheel of Fortune, and Abundance.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, honestly, I fucked up my last turn. I technically would have had the mana to Invasion of Ikoria for a 0-drop on my last turn, but I wouldn't have put a mana into Jeweled Amulet, but I guess I didn't need to, so I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
Untap. Upkeep. I will draw. Tap Soul Ring. Cast Talisman of Creativity. And I'm going to pass there, actually.
All right, I'm going to play an Ancient Tomb. Take 2 from this Ancient Tomb, go down to 38. I'll play Sakashima. It'll come in as a copy of KRARK the Thumbless. So I got.
I will go to my turn. Draw a card. Shotgun Steam Vents, and 4 mana for Storm. I pass turn.
I will draw a card for my turn. Cast FLUBS, trigger Song of Creation to draw 2 cards.
I have response to the draw 2. Force of Will pitching Time Twister on FLUBS.
Sick. Okay. FLUBS is countered.
I'll go to 36.
Draw 2 cards. Green mana for Utopia Sprawl on my Tropical Island trigger song. I'm naming red. I love this deck without FLUBS. Song of Creation's busted.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I really was supposed to force the will of the FLUBS there. It does make you discard a card for every 2 cards that you would be drawing, which stinks, but it gives you an extra land drop. I was just trying to think that I need to stop whatever you're doing right now, but I think with the song, like, it would have been great if I could have countered the fucking song, but I didn't have force of will then. I have it now.
Yeah, the FLUBS would just make sure that I'm staying card neutral throughout my loop, but this just means I get to grow exponentially this turn.
Here's an Urza's Bauble, trigger song.
Oh man. Okay.
Draw 2. Here is a Gusta's Scepter, trigger song. Draw 2. I still have 2 lands that I get to play. Cloud of Fairies, trigger song. Draw 2. I'll untap 2 lands, cast Sylvan Tutor, trigger song. 2 draws, and then go get a tutor. I'm going to find a Ruth Tormented Prophet, and that'll go on top of my deck. Mountain as my first land for turn. Cast me a Faithless Looting, trigger song. Draw 2, then Faithless Looting to draw 2, and then discard a Life from the Loam and a Survival of the Fittest. Mox Amber, draw 2, and I will cast a Ruth. Song of Creation, draw 2.
Yeah, like looking back, this would have been a great Force of Will target because this means that every 0 drop, which there are like, I don't know, probably 20 in your deck, exiles 4 cards from your library, which is like probably statistically the whole library.
Yeah, at this point, now the snowball can really grow.
I have no floating mana, but I have 1 more land drop. I'll cast a Mox Opal, trigger song. Exile 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crookshanks Kobold song.
Crimson Kobold. You're gonna play the Crookshanks Kobold in a little bit. This is the Crimson one.
You know what's so funny is that as I cast Crookshanks Kobold, I could have sworn I just cast this.
I'm gonna do Exile Pile over here by the song, if that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a look at a bunch of lands and a step through that does nothing. We'll put them kind of towards the back. Here's Mishra's Bauble. Taking a look at another 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Cast LED. Trigger song. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there's a brain freeze. So we're getting somewhere really good. Look at another 4 by casting the Crookshanks Kobold this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll cast Kobolds of Care Keep. Look at another 4. I'm going to play Shifting Woodlands as my second land for turn. I'm going to cast Mox Diamond. Trigger song. Look at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have no land to discard, so there it goes.
I could have had the Shifting Woodlands to discard to the Mox Diamond to give me an extra mana for this turn, because Aruth would let me play any of the lands that I've revealed as my second land for turn, but I really wanted the ability to have Shifting Woodlands get back one of my win conditions just in case something happened, because I still think someone has interaction here.
Yeah, and you don't have any counter spells in your deck, so you have no way to protect your thing. So the only way that you can win through interaction is just by doing it again.
Exactly, and I've only seen 1 Force of Will. There's 2 other blue decks here. Nate has a bunch of mana up. All people have been doing is setting up. I guess that's something about these Storm decks is that all you're really trying to do in the first couple turns is set up to be able to do this exactly, and I just happen to be the one to be set up and untap first.
2 mana for Earthcraft. I'll look at another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Earthcraft. All right, I will tap 1 guy to untap a mountain. I'll make a red. I'll tap another guy to untap the same mountain, and I'll make another red. I'll cast Breach.
We're just gonna Fierce.
This is in response to my Song of Creation, right?
Yep.
I have no response, so that will counter the Underworld Breach. Song of Creation. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll cast Walker. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will pay 1 creature to untap a forest, make a green. Tap another creature to untap a forest, make another green, 2 green. Tap a creature, untap a forest, make 3 green. Tap a creature, untap a forest, make a green. Activate Shifting Woodlands targeting Underworld Breach.
I will cast Endurance by pitching Dosen.
In response, I'll pay 2 life going to 37. Cast Noxious Revival on my Underworld Breach, triggering song.
I'm gonna respond to the song. I'll Deflecting Squat.
Nice.
Heads will be a copy. Heads, copy. So that one will target Noxious Revival. Let's put Dylan, your land. All right, let me see if I copy the other one. I don't. That returns. Deflecting Spot back to hand.
I get to look at 4 cards. 1.
Okay.
Yeah, because it triggers off the song.
Then Noxious Revival happens. Yeah. Endurance in response to the shifting. Yeah. So everything in my graveyard is going to get shuffled to the bottom.
And then my Endurance sacrifices.
And then shifting will do nothing.
This Endurance is what I had earlier, although it's not as really great right now because I'm pretty sure you can just get through the rest of your deck at this point. So if anything, it only delays you, but maybe that's enough.
It's the Deflecting Spot that's really disheartening to see here. Knowing that Brandon has free interaction for the rest of the game is going to be way more difficult to play through now.
Yeah, one of the few things that actually stops Shifting Woodland, which is normally very good about getting around counter spells, but Deflecting Swat can still redirect it.
Okay. Can I still do something? I'll cast Walking Ballista for free.
Song of Creation. Look at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Walking Ballista dies to state-based action, so I don't have a chance to Earthcraft with it, which is something I'm noting. Let's cast Memnite. Get 4 more looks. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here's some more zeros. The Shield Sphere. Look at 4 more. And another Storm. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna cast Lotus Petal. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll cast Chrome Mox. Chrome Mox goes here. Song of Creation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Chrome Mox enters and will let me put this Careful Study underneath it. Tap Shifting Sphere to untap a mountain and cast Wild Cantor with it. Take a look at another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the Noxious Revival again. KRARK LED to put my hand into my graveyard, and I will cast Food Chain. Ooh, Cameron, you fool. You played that artifact way earlier, the Gustav's Shepherd staff.
What does that do?
When you tap it, you can take a card from your hand and sneak it underneath it, and then later, when it's untapped, you can tap it to put that card back into your hand. So, like, you could have had a whole other awesome resource. There were, like, 7 non-lands in my hand that I could have used to help me win the game later, and instead I just pretended like I didn't have that tech there.
Look at 4. I have something else. I have 4 mana in play. I'm casting Pact of Negation, and I'm not intentionally throwing here. 2 KRARK triggers. All right, that is a return. That is a copy.
Copy of Pact on Food Chain?
Counters it.
All right, that's the 4th piece of interaction.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, fuck, there's Breach again.
I'm just gonna tap Memnite and Wild Cantor to cast Breach.
Okay.
Trigger Song.
I'll respond to Song. Pact of Negation.
Yeah.
At this point, I feel like you just have to hope that Brandon gets a double heads, so he copies the Pact and the Pact goes to the graveyard. Otherwise, he's just going to be able to keep on doing this over and over again.
My win condition then is to also, if that doesn't work, put as many Pact triggers on Brandon's upkeep as
he
possible.
can't pay for them, yeah.
Yeah, and go, maybe he'll get unlucky then if he doesn't get unlucky now.
2 triggers. Even copy. It's an odd, that's a return. It's an odd, that's a return. Pact of Negation. That is a copy. So that's pointed at Breach.
Yep.
It's countered.
Yep. Please go back to my hand because we need one more. Odd. Back to hand.
Okay, so that means Brandon has 2 lose the game triggers on his upkeep.
2 on the, yeah, I'm counting that with the die up here.
Cast Ornithopter. Mill over the rest.
That's the whole caboodle.
I'm gonna tap Ornithopter to untap my forest. I'll sacrifice Wild Cantor for a green. I'll sacrifice Lotus Petal for a green, and I'll tap Chrome Mox for blue. And I'll activate Shifting Woodlands, targeting Food Chain.
Deflecting swap.
Yeah, you still have this too.
Yeah. So we get 2 evens copies. That is a return. That's also a return. Do it again. A return. Return. Copy. Let's target Ballista, I think.
It becomes a Ballista, so it dies.
And this last one is a 3, so it's back to hand.
Man, all right, pass the turn. This was a really brutal ending, because if I would have just, like, not done that, I would still have a Shifting Woodlands if I get a next turn.
The changing the target of the Shifting Woodlands to a Walking Ballista so it dies as just a state-based action is particularly good against you. Maybe, yeah, that last action you shouldn't have taken. It does make sense. You just want to try to get as much as you can out of Brandon's hand, so maybe he can't protect whatever he has on his upkeep, or he won't have it on your turn if he stops those triggers.
He's not throwing the game. He's saying he's still in this, so I'm interested in seeing what he has on his upkeep.
Yeah, but the land is so important to have in play, it might make sense to try to just like make sure that you can untap with it next turn. Especially because Aruth means that it doesn't matter that you have no cards in your library. You'll go to exile them rather than draw and then not die.
Yeah, we had to look this up, so I won't lose because I try to exile stuff instead.
Okay, untap, upkeep. I will draw, cast Azorius Charm, and I'll pass.
That's not what it's called.
Azorius Signet.
I'm going to untap. In my upkeep, I have 2 Pact of Negation triggers. I'm going to respond to them. Take 2, go down to 36. I'll cast Born Upon a Wind.
Okay.
2 triggers.
I guess, I mean, I gotta do it here, but path Sakashima.
I'm going to Deflecting Swat.
Sure.
Targeting the path. Evens copies. That's a return. That's a return. All right, so that's a copy. I'll target Storm. That's a return.
Exiles. Why would I put a basic in this thing? I get to shuffle this fucking Arid Mesa that I don't want to draw away, at least. Failed finds on the path.
Even. That's a copy of Born. We'll draw. Is this returned? That was not the draw we were hoping for. All right, I could play Crimson Wisps, targeting my KRARK. Comes red and gains haste till end turn, but we got 2 copies. That returns. Cool, cool, cool. And that returns. I will die to my pack triggers.
Oh no, really?
Brandon did have a Treasonous Ogre in his hand. If he was able to find enough mana to cast the Treasonous Ogre and then Crimson Wisps over and over again, I think there is a reasonable shot he could like make a win happen in the upkeep there. So I think that line is fine. You're putting a win on the stack. So if Brandon didn't do that, he would have just been dead. Then this at least gave him a couple more tries and he didn't get there.
Yeah, all he needs to do is like find Git Probe or Jessica's Will at some point then, and then he's like really home free. So I think he made some great plays there.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Tap, stomping ground, pass turn.
All right, untap, upkeep. Go to my draw step. Nothing happens because of a Ruth. I can eternalize this Timeless Witness. Timeless Witness returns Underworld Breach to my hand. Tap 2 creatures to untap my mountain twice, and then cast Underworld Breach. Song of Creation triggers. I will tap 1, 2, 3, and cast Food Chain, exiling 3 cards from my graveyard. I will exile 3 of my creatures here, so that they'll all make me 1 mana with Food Chain. Cast Squee. I can't believe this is happening.
I cannot believe this is happening.
I'm going to make infinite creature mana with Food Chain, not drawing myself out. And then what I'll do, spend infinite mana on Walking Ballista, exiling 3 cards from my graveyard.
Yep.
Yeah, dead?
Dead.
Dead.
I had just as well.
These are my remaining cards. Nice, dude. Good game.
In an all-storm matchup, it kind of does make sense that Flubs would be the victor because it's the most active deck. It's all action. It's all stuff to do.
It doesn't have to take up any slots by playing interaction. It can just keep presenting wins quicker and quicker.
Yeah, we played another game with this match over on our Patreon for the Chill to Win. If you want to go check that out at the $10 level, definitely. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us directly, you can do so on Patreon, like our $100 patrons.
Jude Knowles, Spangler, Demetrius Clark, Larceny Roars, Your Boy Blue, Sparky B, Insomnia, SC Phillip, Bolden Groupie, Gecko 21, Caleb Ritchie, Zach Hartley, Reactive, Sean in the Ice, Luke Cook, Demon of Ospreys, Peter Stewart, Cornell Wild, Uncle Butts, Nick Foles Go to 9, Kawaja Hamid, Lauren Connell, Scott Hawk, and Baby G-Bus.
If you'd like to pick up any of our merch, you can do that at playtowinmtg.com.
Big thank you to Dragon Show for supporting the show. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at our affiliate link down below to help support the show.
Follow us on social media for more content.
Thank you so much for watching.
See you next time.
The $50 patrons. We'll go over their names now. They are Sarcastic, Roy Turner, Mystic Muffin Man, Zachary Coulson, Jabaha, Mace the Ace, Dalton Poteet, Justin, Man Solo, Jacob Depp, John Wildhead, Thomas Bueno, and David Nelson. Thanks, y'all. Woohoo!